sure the headband is right. There we go. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy NYG Prince. I'm back at another Giants video, back at another YouTube upload. And today, the Giants are going to be selecting their second and third round picks today at pick number 36 and pick number 99, excuse me. And last night they went out and they drafted a bona fide best left tackle. He's like the most real true tackle in all of the class, in my opinion. Andrew Thomas. You know, Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley are finally starting to get their security blankets. I feel like the Giants, if you had to ask me what the grade was, I would give it an absolute A. The only reason I want to give it an A+ is because I feel like we could have traded back. But if we couldn't do that, I'll still give it an A. But yeah. And I see a lot of people on Twitter and Instagram saying that they are mad that we took a tackle. I was a Simmons guy. If you watched my video, I was a Simmons guy. And I wanted Isaiah Simmons over a tackle. But when you really come to think about it, if you really know football, you knew that the Giants had to go out there and they had to get that tackle. Simmons was the sexy pick. He was the glamour pick. Taking a tackle it's a boring pick. It's not going to have the best film. They're not going to have the most exciting film. But Thomas is an absolute mauler. I love his way. I like his build. He's built like a Trent Williams, a Jason Peters. The Giants always been in a division where the opposing rival teams always had a good left tackle. The Redskins always had Trent Williams. The Cowboys had Tyron Smith, and the Eagles always had Jason Peters, who did pretty good as their tackle for a good minute. You know, so the Giants finally get their franchise left tackle, man, and they haven't drafted an offensive lineman in the first round since 1960. I've seen it, and it's crazy. But today, the Giants are taking their second round pick and their third round pick players today, and it's a few prospects who fell and who are still going to be there when the Giants pick. A few of them, Zack Baun. You got Lloyd Cushenberry. If they want to go center, I don't see them going on. I don't see they doubling up on tackle. I would not be happy if they did that. I understand you still need a right tackle, but you're not going to have no experience on that line. The only experience you're going to have is Kevin Zeitler. Will Hernandez is coming into his third year. He's not a veteran at all yet. And you're going to be having a young center. You already drafted your young left tackle. You have a young left guard. Your oldest player is probably going to be Kevin Zeitler if you take another tackle. So I feel like they should just move Nate Solder to the right or put Andrew Thomas to the right because he can do both. And but yeah, I don't see them doubling up on tackle. I don't want them to take a center either. If Cesar Ruiz was there, then yeah, I would have leeway and say, yeah, take Cesar Ruiz, but he went to the Saints in the first round, you know, and I feel like there's bigger needs than taking another tackle. I don't feel like you should do that. I feel like you got to address more things with the second round pick. Me personally, I would like linebacker / edge rusher Zack Baun out of Wisconsin. I feel like I read that he's good in coverage, so I feel like he can cover tight ends, and he also can kind of get after the quarterback. Last year at Wisconsin, he had about 12 sacks with a good 75 tackles. So that is a prospect that you could take there. You also, if you want to, you can go out there and get your wide receiver. Denzel Mims is going to be there. Michael Pittman is going to be there. Michael Pittman Jr. T. Higgins is going to be there. Chase Claypool. If you want to take a receiver at round 2, I would not be mad at that at all, even though I would prefer you take one probably in the third or fourth round, because you still can pick up a good fourth round, third round type of receiver like Isaiah Hodgins or a Colin Johnson or a Antonio Gandy-Golden. So you can go receiver in the second because there are some good second round prospect receivers. This is a very deep receiver class, you know, or you can go safety. There was no safety taken in the first round. There was a lot of reaches also, which allowed some of the players who are available now are available. There was a lot of reaches. Damon Arnett to Oakland, that was a reach. You got Austin Jackson at 18 to the Dolphins. That was a reach. So there are a lot of good, probably first-round talents like Xavier McKinney, who was, I think, is the best safety in the draft, who didn't even get picked up. So if the Giants are going to take a safety, most likely you should be watching out for a Grant Delpit or Xavier McKinney, most likely in the second round. I wouldn't go safety in the second. I wouldn't go corner either. You know, Trayvon Diggs, Christian Fulton. Those are some prospects that I see some people would want them to take. I don't feel like you should go cornerback this early. You know, I think Dre Baker is going to be very much improved. You got James Bradbury. If you're looking for a slot, maybe you go safety in another round, and maybe you could pull Julian Love to the slot nickel corner. If you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. You know, Logan Wilson, another linebacker. If you ask me based off my comments, I want a linebacker in the second round. Rather it's I think it's Akeem. I can't remember his name right now, but his name is Akeem. He's a linebacker. You got Logan Wilson, you got Zack Baun. I was hoping Patrick Queen had made it to the second round, but he did. He got picked up by the Baltimore Ravens. They needed a linebacker, so they picked him up. I was very surprised that the Saints didn't take a linebacker. I thought that they were going to probably take Patrick Queen. You know, he's from LSU. You know, he's in the Bayou, so you probably would have taken him there, but no. You know, so some of the prospects that I was hoping fell to the second round, like Cesar Ruiz, would have fell. I was hoping that would have happened, but it didn't happen. But, you know, there's still some great prospects out there at the center position. In the third round, you could probably hope that Matt Hennessy is still there. You can probably see Tyler Berdich there. Tyler Berdich, I think that's how you pronounce it, center out of Wisconsin. You know, I had him in my last mock draft. I had them taking him, you know, so, you know, the Giants can go a lot of ways here. I don't feel like they're going to double up on tackle. I would not be a fan of doubling up on tackle because of the experience. You're not going to have no experience on that offensive line if you do that. You know, Josh Jones is there. I know it's appealing, but no, I don't feel like you should double up at all. You know, I don't feel like that's the right way to go. But yeah, the Giants there's some very appealing players still out there in the second round. You know, the Giants have, you know, the 36th overall pick. So they have the fourth pick in the second round. So they can go there. I feel like they can also trade back to accumulate more picks since we have a third round pick. But it's near the back end of the third round. If you want to accumulate some picks to acquire another pick in the second or third round, they can also do that. I know the Vikings are looking to I think they're looking to trade back. Giants can probably be a suitor for that. They want to do that to accumulate more draft picks. I would definitely be a fan of that. They traded back in the second round. I'm okay with that. You know, if they think they can still get their player like a Logan Wilson, I think if you were to pick Logan Wilson at 36, it is a reach. But if you trade back and you maybe be able to still take the player that you wanted to take in the second round. So yeah, the Giants are in a couple of more hours. I think they get 2 more hours. They're gonna be back on the clock. You know, in the second and third round. You know, so. The Giants, they can go a lot of places. You got edge, you got safety, you got receiver, you have center. You have a lot of places that you can go and you can take your players. So until then, it's been boy NYG Prince. I will be doing a reaction video to the second and third round players. I might just combine them as one, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until then, it's been boy NYG Prince. Go Giants.